Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Derek from Certified Legacy, and today I will be showing you the absolute best games for iOS 6, and let's not waste any time, let's get straight into this. Star of the show today is my iPad 4th generation running iOS 6, of course, 6.1.3, and it's running natively. I have made a video of me unboxing this thing, and yeah, I'll probably link that in the description if you also want to watch that. But anyway, first, the prerequisites you will need is to be jailbroken, and it's quite easy to jailbreak iOS 6, thankfully. If you're on Windows, you can use post6 pwn, and if you're on Mac or Linux, you can, well, just Mac, because Linux you can't pwn. Checkmate on Linux, I mean. So you will need Legacy iOS kit for Mac specifically, and if you're on Linux, you'll probably need an Arduino. But once you are jailbroken, now let's get to the next steps. So you're going to want this repo right here, Electamon's repo, yzoo.mo/dev/. And once you have added that repo, you will now open it up, all packages, and you will find Viteris, a client for Viteris server. And this is where we will get all of the apps, the games and stuff. So you're going to go in here, and you're going to hit modify and install. I've already installed it. And of course, you will restart your Springboard, and you are good to go. And now let's get into the best games. Okay, the first one we are going to be talking about is an absolute classic, and I will be formatting this video to have gameplay, of course, of these. We're going to be trying, what I would recommend would be Minecraft. This is probably the absolute best iOS 6 game ever. Minecraft is an absolute classic. There's a reason why it's sold so well and is so relevant nowadays, even to this day when it came out in like 2010 or something. So yeah, I'm saying it's very good, and the best version for iOS 6 in my opinion is 0.95. It is not the absolute latest version, but it's the version that still has infinite worlds and everything, but it still runs quite fast on this 4th gen running 6.1.3. And of course, if you are on a nostalgia trip, MCPE Lite is also an option. What I was about to say before my phone ran out of storage is, if you're in a nostalgia trip, you can try out MCPE Lite, and it's just the free version, and I think there's only one version available, and it is 0.21 Alpha Lite. Okay, the next one we're going to be talking about is Subway Surfers, which is another absolute classic, and is still around today, funnily enough. And yeah, so what is it? It's just a running type game where you run from the cops after you like spray paint something, and it's pretty fun. I still love this game to this day. I still play it on my 12 Pro Max actually, and I have it installed and everything. So yeah, I will be providing gameplay, of course, so you can see as I try to struggle to adjust my tripod. So yeah. And the best version for Subway Surfers is 1.4.5.0. Next one we're going to be talking about is another classic, and I believe it has been around since iOS 2 or 3, and it is called Doodle Jump, and this one is actually still playable today on modern devices running iOS 26, which is kind of funny. But it's just a little game that uses the gyroscope, which is essentially like the rotator thing there that detects motion around your iPad, and it uses it to move around the character in the game and jump on these trampoline type things to go as far as you can before you die and fall and stuff. So yeah, that's what Doodle Jump is, and the best version, whatever works the best for you, HD or non-HD, and it just depends on which one works the best for you. But for my case, because I'm using the HD version, is 3.7, because a lot of them for the HD version do not work at all. But most, I think, for the normal ones, you can try whatever one just runs the fastest for you. Because I can't really tell you that one specifically, because I'm running, most of my iOS 6 devices are the top of the end highest end devices that are run the fastest. So if you're running like a slower, what I would recommend is like if you're running like a 3GS or a Touch 4, get probably one of the earlier versions. If you are running a 4S, get like a mid to later version. And if you're running a 5 or an iPhone 5, a Touch 5, or a iPad 4th generation, get the latest. And for mid, also that would go for like the iPad 2, go get the mid-range version. And yeah, you get what I'm saying. And probably the same thing for the iPad mini 1st generation on iOS 6, because it's just using the iPad 2 chip. So yeah. The next one we're going to be talking about is Jetpack Joyride, which is another classic iOS game, which is actually still around today, which is kind of funny. And yeah, it is like a jetpack running game that's 2D. And it's similar to Subway Surfers, but with jetpack, and it's in 2D basically. And the best version for a Jetpack Joyride is 1.1. Next one we're going to be talking about is Nin Jump DX. This is another classic iOS game, and it has been around since iOS 2 or 3. This is one of my personal favorites, and I've loved this game forever. And it's kind of still does exist today, but it's not the same. And the best version for Nin Jump DX is 1.81.0. Next one we're going to be talking about are the 2 paper toss games. They're just games where you're just chucking paper into a bin, and they have a fan next to you, and it adjusts the wind every time you throw it and make it. So there's 2 different games you can try out. They both have, there's a second one that has more levels, and there's a first one that also has a bunch of levels. I prefer both of them, because you can just use both of them, because it's the same game essentially, with different like XP on the, I think, Paper Toss 2. But anyway, the best versions for Paper Toss 1 is 1.84.4, and same for 2, the best version is 1.3.0. Next one we're going to be talking about is Angry Birds. I'm not as much as an Angry Birds enthusiast as others, so I just like the normal version of Angry Birds, so that's what I'm going to be recommending. But there are plenty other versions of Angry Birds to try out. I haven't really tested them because I'm not like an Angry Birds fanatic, but I do like it. The best version for the normal version is 6.0.1, and if you're feeling nostalgic about being poor and you couldn't afford the $3 Angry Birds back then, the best version for the free version is 1.7.0. The next one we're going to be talking about is Fruit Ninja, which is a fruit slicing game, which is still around today. And the best version for Fruit Ninja on the HD version is 1.8.4, and the best normal version of Angry Birds is 1.7.4. Next one we're going to be talking about is kind of a hot take, and it's a quite underrated game. I literally had no idea it's been around this long. It's called Plague Inc., and it's a plague survival game. And it is like essentially you have your plague and you infect everybody with it, and you try to keep certain ports open to infect said country, and it gets quite strategic. It's like a strategic plague spreading game, and you also have to make it survive and stop a cure and everything. And the best version for Plague Inc. is 1.3.1. No, other versions are not in English. Get the later ones if you want Russian for some reason, because I think it's from a Russian developer. Next one we're going to be talking about is Geometry Dash, a very frustrating game, and I do not like it very much, but a lot of people like it. It has its own community and everything. And what I'm saying is it's been around forever, and it's also compatible with iOS 6, and it's good if you want to rage. The best version for Geometry Dash is 2, for the normal one specifically, is 2.0.1, and the best for light, if you're feeling nostalgic, is 1.0. The next game we're going to be talking about is iBeer. It's not really a game. It's like a virtual beer type game where you tilt your device and it drinks the beer. It's nothing special. The best version for iBeer is probably 2.03, I think. Next one we're going to be talking about is Flappy Bird, another classic game, specifically from the iOS 7 era, and it's also compatible with iOS 6. And the best version for Flappy Bird is 1.2. It's very frustrating, like Geometry Dash. And it was only around for like 3 weeks, specifically on the App Store, before a bunch of copycat games for Flappy Bird came out, because I believe the developer didn't want it up. There's a bunch of videos on why Flappy Bird got taken down. I don't remember the exact reason why. But yeah, anyway, it's a pretty frustrating game. And yeah. Next one we're going to be talking about is Pac-Man. I don't think it needs any explanation. It's an absolute classic. You have it on your arcade cabinets and stuff. And the best version for Pac-Man is 1.0.4. The next game we're going to be talking about is Boost 2, like a little fun, abstract, like moving using the gyroscope type game. It's like has all these abstract blocks and stuff, and it's like looks all cyberpunky, and you're going through these like things, like these like blocky things, and trying not to hit them to keep going. And the best version for Boost 2 is 2.4. The next game we're going to be talking about is Bubble Burst, and it is another absolute classic. I remember this one from the iOS 9 era. That's when I played this game specifically, and but apparently it's been around for way longer than that, and it's literally the first version is available. I think the only version available, and it's 1.0. And the next one we're going to be talking about, it needs no explanation, another absolute classic, Plants vs. Zombies, a classic tower defense game where you're defending your house from a bunch of zombies with a bunch of these like yard work things. And I do love this game. This game was amazing. And the best version for HD is 1.9.7, and the best for normal is 1.9.9. And the last game we're going to be talking about is Office Jerk. Office Jerk is like paper toss, but you're throwing the paper at people. And the best version for it is 1.9.8. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone that might find this interesting and or helpful. This has been Derek from Certified Legacy. Make sure to turn on that notification bell so you're notified when I come out with brand new videos. This has been Derek from Certified Legacy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.